Hello, I'm Keith Jolley, and today I'm going to talk about the redesign that the PubMLST website has undergone recently. Now, we've done this to improve accessibility and to provide an enhanced experience for all our users. And coupled with this, we have updated the interface of the BigsDB platform that hosts all our databases to fit into this new design. Now, the first thing you'll notice when you look at the new site is that we have this sort of nice bold imagery, which gives the site sort of a fresher feel. And these images will randomly change on page loads. We then have prominent dashboard numbers that show the scope of the data within the site. And as you can see, we have over 800,000 isolate records now hosted within PubMLST, and over 500,000 of these now have genome assemblies associated with them. Now, one of the criticisms of the old site was that new users found it hard to navigate, to find out what they were looking for. So we've tried to simplify and make navigation more consistent throughout the site. So back on the front page, we now have these large descriptive links that take you to the major functionality. So the organisms link takes you to a landing page where you can choose the organism that you're working on. And we highlight the larger, more commonly used databases. But then, because we have databases now for over 120 different organisms, we needed a better way to organize these than a simple list, which is what we used to have. So we have, now have a search box, and you can also search based on the first letter of the organism that you're entering. Now, you can type any part of the name of the organism that you're searching for, and a dynamic search will sort of return any matching organisms as you type. And then if you select any of these, you will then get a set of links for that organism, which will, the main heading one will take you to the landing page for that organism, but you can also go directly into the typing and isolate databases by following those particular links. So when you click on the link for a particular organism, the first thing you will see now is this large map, and this large map shows you where isolates are from within the database, and it's dynamic. You can hover over any country within the map, and it will tell you how many isolates and how many genomes there are within the database for that particular country. And if you click on any of those countries, then it will take you into the database and perform a search for isolates for that country. So this provides a very quick way of getting into the data for particular countries. Now, at the bottom of a page following a query, you'll have links to all the analysis and export functionality available based on that particular data set. So clicking on any of these buttons will take you into further analysis. Now, one thing to note is that throughout the interface, within the database pages, you will see this help link, and this is context sensitive. So whenever you click on this within a page within the database, it will take you to a page of the documentation that describes that particular page or analysis. And this documentation has all been updated to reflect the new interface. The other thing to note is the tooltips toggle button up here. So tooltips are sort of present throughout the interface, and they provide extra information for users as to how to use the interface. So wherever you see that eye in a circle, that's a tooltip, which will give you extra information. Now you can switch those on or off, and that setting will be remembered between different visits. Now, going back to how we've improved navigation, if we look at the typing database page, we've changed the layout of this to reflect the tasks that people commonly do, and provided more description. So now if you want to query a sequence, then you've got this, you have this section, these particular queries that you can do to find that. If you want to find alleles, so find information about alleles, then there are methods to search for them. Or if you're interested in allelic profiles or sequence types, then you can search those based on any particular criteria, or you could do batch queries. But they are now organized into sort of task-based areas within the index page. And then on the right-hand menu, we have information about, we have links to other analyses that you can do within the database. So these menus, some of these have sort of expand buttons, which will expand the menu to show more options. So for instance, on the analysis page, if you click on the analysis expand link, then this will show a menu that shows other analyses that you can do. And this works when you have if there are a few particular options that you can do for a particular section. But they also have a main button, which if you click will take you to a page that describes the analyses in more detail. Okay, so this gives you a description, it gives you links to the documentation for that particular analysis. There's also a screenshot and a link directly into the analysis itself. And then one other aspect of the interface that we've improved to improve navigation is the breadcrumb trail. So these links, which are these breadcrumb links, they are consistent throughout the site, and including the database pages, and this indicates exactly where you are on the site and allows you to easily navigate up through the page hierarchy. The other major part of the site is species identification using PubMLST. Now you can access this from the main species ID link at the bottom of the page. So this takes you to the PubMLST database page, and from here you can upload a genome assembly for species identification. And there's also information on this page as to how you can access this programmatically. Now, I'm not going to talk any more about this because James Bray is speaking next, and he will be talking all about this. So really the last thing I want to highlight, I mean it's not new, but it's a very important part of what we offer, is the application programming interface. Now the API, so all the data within the site is accessible via the API. Now, apart from retrieving data, you can also perform MLST or species identification of a genome on your local system by making a call to the API. So this enables some of the functionality of PubMLST to be incorporated into a local pipeline by making these API calls. The system also supports authentication, which facilitates the submission of new data via the API into the curator queues, so that you can upload data to the databases. And also, if you have private data within the databases or user projects that you've set up, you can also access these via the API if you've authenticated as a user. This is all fully documented, and the URL for the API is rest.pubmlst.org, and we really would encourage people to use this. So really, I just want to thank the Wellcome Trust. So PubMLST is funded by a Wellcome Trust Biomedical Resource Grant for 5 years, and the new site was designed by Manta Ray Media, who we contracted. And finally, I'd like to thank all the curators and data submitters. Thank you.